And welcome to my YouTube. Today I am doing a completely unedited, maybe an uncut ileostomy bag change. Are you ready? I said, are you ready?
I am ready.
First, I do a thing that most people do not do, and I put Velcro on the bag because I don't care for the length. Everybody has a completely different process and uses different products. I have extremely sensitive skin, so there's only one brand that I can use for my adhesive on the bags, and that's Hollister. This is an unsponsored video, but if they would like me to make a sponsored video, they can just go ahead and sponsor me. The first thing I do is put my Velcro on the bag and close it. If you do not close the bag first, you might forget to close it at the end. And if you forget to close it at the end, you might have a mess on the floor. So I crease it because whenever I drain it in the future, it makes it a lot easier whenever I can just squeeze the sides instead of having to put my finger in between plastic that's stuck together. So first I crease it and then fold, 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 Velcro. And my Velcro that I add to it, that's special, we order from Amazon, also not sponsored. And I just cut it in little pieces and take the backing off of one side, put it on the bag, and then take the backing off the second piece. And then pick the length that I want to fold it up to. I don't fold it up very much because I still want it to contain the same amount of output. So that's what it looks like when I'm done. So here's my old one with a bunch of Velcro on it. And so it's long and it falls in an awkward place on the crease of my leg. It's uncomfortable to me, and that's why I like to shorten it. I find it to be a lot more comfortable that way. And okay, so bag is Velcroed. Next, I'm gonna take off my existing bag. The reason that I'm doing this video is because when I got my ileostomy, I didn't know a whole lot and I didn't know what to do. And everybody says, oh, just talk to your WOCN, and that's the wound care and ostomy nurse. And as it turns out, our WOCN is booking like 3 months out. And she basically said, when I asked her, what do we do if there's an emergency or if I don't know what to do? There's a lot of resources out there on the internet. Adhesive remover wipe, by the way. There's a lot of resources on the internet, but YouTube videos are honestly how I got most of my information. Most of the tips and tricks that I have received that I actually use came from other YouTubers online that have ileostomies too. And some of them that have colostomies, and I'll explain the difference in the two in detail in another video, but long story short, an ileostomy is where the entire colon is separated or removed, in my case, and the small intestine is all that's left, and it is poking out here through my abdominal wall. I am just trying to keep a little bit of mess off of the camera. Trash, trash, trash. So this is wax, trash. This is my stoma, and this is after I had the revision surgery where my doctor pulled out my intestines. She actually separated it, pulled it out, and then redid it to try to extend it. And right now it's been about 8 weeks, and there's still a little bit of swelling I can see, but I hope it doesn't go down because I think it's a really good projection right now. It's where I have to wear a convex bag still, but I don't have to wear a belt. I do a lot of times because it's more comfortable to support and prevent leaks, because whenever you get weight in the bag, it starts pulling on the adhesive and it can cause leaks. Anyway, what was next?
Oh, you gotta wipe it.
Yeah, now I'm just cleaning all of my skin I used the adhesive remover wipe, but now I'm going to also use just clean water to get any chemicals off. If my train of thought gets derailed, there's basically no going back. So I'm gonna let that dry for a minute, and I'm going to measure my stoma. There's different measuring papers that come in the boxes with the bags. This one has full circles, this one has half circles, but either way, all you have to do is just put it underneath, and this is 1 inch, and measure it both ways to make sure that it's being cut to the right size. So mine's about 1 inch by 7/8. So I make kind of an oval, and there is a template on here, and I just tried to cut it about the same every time. And try not to cut a hole through my bag. We'll see. This bag has a window where I can see if it fits. That looks good. I don't want it to be too crooked, because when it's too crooked, the weight of it causes it to flop like that, and that's awful. And then I have to live with that for 3 to 5 days. I started out with just 3 days. I think that looks good. I started out with just 3 days, and I did change it very strictly every 3 days. But this time, I left it on for 5, which is actually a good thing, because I do have OCD, and I really want to check on things and want to see how everything is going underneath. So this time, it looks really good. I don't have a lot of skin breakdown underneath, which is great. But there's a little bit of wax under that I couldn't see whenever I was removing everything. But that won't hurt. It's better to leave it than to mess with it too much. That's what I learned. So now I'm gonna put my wax that I was talking about. This is like a toilet wax ring. It just serves as a barrier between this and my skin, which is good. But before I do anything, I'm going to wrap my stoma. It'll help dry it, and also it will keep it from volcanoing everywhere. Will you pause my video for a moment? I have come back. I said that this was going to be unedited probably, and we are on the edited side of probably. We just had to pause it for a moment so I could get adhesive remover, and there was a little bit too much wax then, more than I was comfortable with leaving, since it was old. So I just got my adhesive remover to clean it off a little bit better. I get nervous whenever I'm doing videos, and well, I get nervous when I'm doing videos. So what I was doing before that, I was getting this wax, and I was telling you, it is like a wax ring on a toilet, where the toilet sits on the floor. It sits right in between, and this is like where this bag sits on my skin, and this goes in between. And I cut it. A lot of people use the whole barrier ring, and it is this big. I've already used it once or twice before. I've already cut pieces off of it, but I just cut it how I need to and take off the wax or wax paper, kind of. And then I put it on this bag around the hole. And you stretch it to fit, and you can layer them. You can do whatever you need to do to get it to be the right size. I made that face because the inside of the bag was wet where I put it against my stoma to test and see if it was gonna fit. And it surprised me. Wrapping it up. Just pushing it on to make sure that the wax is on there good. Make sure it is dry. This is a skin barrier wipe, the only one that I'm not allergic to, and this is stoma powder. So if you have any irritation or if it's unhealed, this is about 8 weeks out, so I shouldn't really need this. But what I did do is just put a little bit of powder around the edge and then poof, take it off and then wipe off any excess that's way around here. And then put the barrier wipe right around my stoma. A lot of people use the barrier wipe all over their skin, but like I said, my skin's super sensitive and it causes me a rash whenever I put too many products and too much of anything on there. So I just try to avoid that. So I'm not gonna put anything else right now. My skin is just clean. It's just skin, stoma, wax ring, this. I'm going to line up my bag where I had it before.
Okay, that's good.
And then push it on. And my bag is convex, and that means it sticks out into my skin. And so I just have to really push around here, and the center will push in. If you have a flat bag, you just need to put your finger right around your stoma and run your finger around and put pressure, because heat and pressure is what is going to cause the bag to stay and to not leak. So I have that. I'm going to take off the adhesive backing that was around the sides. And now I'm gonna stand here for 5 minutes and just hold it to make sure it sticks good. I had a lot of things that I was gonna talk about while I was doing my bag change, but I seem to have forgotten all of them while I was doing my bag change. But that's